So you want to grow a salsa garden, but there's one problem. By the time your tomatoes and peppers are ripe and ready to pick, your cilantro is really tired and hot and bolting to seed, or it's flat out died. I'm Christy Wilhelmi from Gardenerd, and today we're going to solve that problem. Tomatoes and peppers are hot season crops, but cilantro is technically an annual cool season herb, which means that tomatoes and cilantro pass like ships in the night. But we can do two things that will help prevent this from happening. Let me show you over here. All right, there are actually a few things you can do to keep cilantro growing through the summer so that you can match it up with your tomatoes. The first is plant in succession. So using this bed for example, I can divide this into 4 or 5 sections mentally and sow a week's worth of seeds in each section a week or 2 apart. More like 2 to 3 weeks apart, because you're wanting to extend from your last frost date, if you have one, to when tomatoes are ripe. And then when you harvest those out, you can start sowing more seeds in those spots again. So that's one method. Another method is to utilize shade to your advantage. You can either plant your cilantro seeds to the north of something tall or on the shady side, wherever that is for you, or you can take advantage of shady bed space in your garden. This is a giant Cecile Brunner rose that completely shadows this planter bed during the hottest part of the day. It gets morning sun and afternoon sun, but in the bulk of the day, it is in the shadow. We actually use this bed to grow arugula all the time, and it works really well any time of year. I prepped this bed by pulling out some volunteer arugula that had been growing in here. So what I like to do to grow lots of cilantro in this bed is to take your drip lines and draw a little trench around the entire thing so that you've got a little trench running on either side of your drip line. And then you take your cilantro seeds and sprinkle those on both sides of that trench. And then you're going to backfill. So this will need daily watering to keep it moist until it germinates, and the drip line should take over once it has a few sets of leaves. Using shade to your advantage is the trick to growing cilantro in the hottest part of the year so that you can have your salsa garden. To learn more about growing cilantro and other tender herbs in your garden, visit gardenerd.com and check out my books, High Yield Small Space Organic Gardening and Grow Your Own Mini Fruit Garden. Consider becoming a Patreon subscriber to support all the free stuff we do here at Gardenerd. Gardenerd supporters get access to behind-the-scenes goodies like expedited answers to your burning gardening questions and monthly hangouts with me. Happy gardening!